My wife secretly gave our daughter another name behind my back. The moment our baby was born, I thought everything was perfect. We had this deal. If we had a boy, she'd name him. If we had a girl, I would. Simple, right? We even agreed both of us had veto power. But once she got pregnant, my wife knew it was a boy. A mother just knows, she'd say. Her whole family went all in on it. Blue balloons, blue decorations, blue everything. Her mom even knitted little sweaters with the boy name already stitched on them. The day finally came, and when the doctor said, it's a girl, I swear my heart exploded. I always imagined my first child would be a girl. My wife smiled, but there was this flicker in her face, like something just broke. When I filled out the birth certificate, I told her, I'm using the name we talked about. She nodded. No objections. Done. I thought that was that. Fast forward a year. I come home from work one day and hear my wife and her mother in the living room talking about someone named Luca. I froze. Who's Luca? I asked. They both went still, like deer in headlights. My wife stammered. We're talking about our daughter. I blinked. Our daughter's name isn't Luca. Her mother crossed her arms, full attitude, and said, that's what we decided to name her. I laughed. Because what? But then she went off, saying the name I chose was ugly, unfair, not fitting for her, and how I stole my wife's right to name her own child. My jaw just dropped. This was the first time anyone had said a word about not liking the name. For a whole year, I thought everyone was fine with it, and then it hit me. Our daughter sometimes looked confused when I called her name. Now I knew why. They'd been using a different name behind my back for a whole year. That night, I confronted my wife again. She admitted it. She and her mom had been secretly calling our daughter this other name since the day we left the hospital. I felt sick. She said, let's just make it official. We can change it, please. I said, no, absolutely not. You had your chance. You agreed. You don't get to rewrite it a year later. Then came the fight. You're controlling, she yelled. You stole this from me. I carried her. I gave birth to her. I told her. You had veto power. You didn't use it. You don't get to gaslight me now because you didn't get your boy. That's when I found out the name she wanted. It was the female version of the boy name she'd already picked out before we even knew the gender. It sounded ridiculous, like naming your daughter Drakella because you wanted a boy named Drake. I said, you're not naming our daughter after the ghost of the son you didn't get. She went silent. Then she packed a bag, grabbed her keys, and left our daughter with me. That night, I just sat there holding my little girl, thinking about how for a whole year, she's been hearing two different names. One from me, one from her mother. How confusing that must have been for her. A few days later, her entire family started blowing up my phone. Controlling, cruel, unfair. They said I made it all about myself. The only one who didn't join the mob was her dad. He called and said quietly, you're not wrong, son. She's been like this since she was a kid. When she can't have something, she tries to remake it. And that's when the gut feeling hit me like a punch. This wasn't about a name. She was trying to recreate the son she didn't have through our daughter. When she came back a few days later, I asked her, be honest with me. Have you been dressing her like a boy too? She didn't answer. Just looked at me, eyes full of guilt. That silence told me everything. I picked up our daughter, held her close, and said her real name. Slowly, clearly, like I was reminding her who she truly was. And for the first time, she smiled right at me and said, Daddy.